Welcome to your Daily Writing Habit, episode number 806. If you are writing a book or thinking about it, or maybe you've started writing your book but you need some help getting it done, or perhaps you're at the stage where you need help reaching more readers to let them know about your book, you are in the right place. Good morning, everyone. Happy Writer Wednesday. I'm your host, Christine Whitmarsh. If you're looking for me online, look for Christine Inc., like that stuff we write with. Each day, I'm sharing with you the writing habits I've learned over my 19 years as a ghostwriter, book coach, and author. I have found that three things in particular have a huge impact on your success as an author, and they can even turn a quote-unquote non-author into a published one. Those three things are writing fundamentals, productivity, and mindset habits. And once again, good morning, everyone. Happy Writer Wednesday. As we do every Wednesday here on the show, I share a quote that is pertinent to writing or being an author, all that other good stuff. I then suggest a way that you can apply it to your own writing and the marketing of your book in the most actionable way possible. Here is this week's quote. She read books as one would breathe air, to fill up and live. She read books as one would breathe ether, to sink in and die. Annie Dillard. It's a very dramatic quote about the passion of book readers. So I was at the DMV recently, always a fun time, right? And as usual, I was accidentally eavesdropping on people's conversations, character, story research, things like that. And it's especially easy to do this when I hear words like books, authors, and reading in the conversation that I'm eavesdropping on. So the woman I overheard had my attention immediately. She was talking about her ongoing and sometimes desperate search for good books to read, and as she said, authors to fall in love with. Obviously a voracious reader, it seemed that one of her biggest first world life challenges lately has been finding enough good books to read to satisfy her reading appetite. What a problem to have, right? With all the books in the world. She talked about constantly checking bestseller lists and Amazon recommendations, always on the hunt for that next great book and that next great author that she can become a loyal fan of. Or paraphrasing her words about how she looked for books, sometimes I get so desperate I'll just order whatever Amazon recommends without even knowing anything about it. So at this point, you can imagine how much I wanted to break all rules of social etiquette, walk over to her and give her about 50 to 100 book titles to read, authors to fall in love with, along with a crash course on how to find the best books, including a spiel on the awesomeness of indie authors. But I did manage to control myself. Also because at the time I was at the counter getting my DMV tasks done and pretending to have a conversation about the weather. So at the same time I was listening to the book conversation and this seemingly desperate woman who could never find enough great books and authors to read. Now the first takeaway from this story is something I've said on the show here quite a bit. It may be true that the majority of Americans are not reading books regularly, but the ones who are doing so voraciously. Readers like this one at the DMV should make us all very excited for the future of books. And the second takeaway, also very important, is about promoting yourself. Are we all promoting ourselves as authors enough that readers like this woman maybe aren't seeing us? I talk to authors who are so hesitant about over-promoting their books or coming off as overbearing or annoying people. Meanwhile, readers like this woman and so many like her are desperately trying to find us. Because I believe that there is a reader for everyone, no matter what your genre or style of writing is. As authors, this is a key part of our job, making sure people know about us and our work. As I'm always saying here, the global bookshelf is getting more and more crowded. Stand up, get noticed, and make sure your ideal readers don't have to search for you quite so desperately. When is the last time you stood up and told the world about your book? Whether on social media or in real life, by doing something bold and arranging for a book reading or a book signing at a local indie bookstore or even a coffee shop. Your readers are trying to find you. What are you doing to help them? And once again, happy Writer Wednesday, my fellow authors. And I would love for you to drop by my Inc. Authors group. Tell us about your book, one of the groups that you're actually allowed to promote your book in. Because if we can't promote to each other, who can we promote to? And you can even fine-tune your marketing message with us. It's a really great, safe, awesome, supportive, friendly place for you to do that. Inc. Authors on Facebook. I always drop the link in the show notes. Thank you for joining me here on Your Daily Writing Habit, where I am helping you write and finish writing an awesome book. Until tomorrow, happy writing.